Hello and welcome to ABC News. I'm Lara Himes. Australia and India will sign an interim free trade deal after more than a decade of protracted negotiations, cementing a foreign policy win for the federal government. The coalition has hailed the agreement as a significant step in its efforts to diversify export markets and reduce Australia's economic dependence on China. The early harvest agreement between Australia and India is comprehensive and much wider than originally flagged. It will cut tariffs on more than 85% of exports to India, including coal, lentils, wool and rare earth minerals. But some major exports, such as dairy and beef, have been excluded from the interim agreement because of domestic political opposition in India. The Prime Minister has celebrated the years of work behind the deal. He says it will unlock access to one of the largest economies in the world. Opposition leader Anthony Albanese has welcomed the free trade agreement. He says India's significance on the world stage is finally being recognised. The opposition leader Anthony Albanese has defended his party's multi-billion-dollar pledge for the aged care sector. If elected, Labor will spend $2.5 billion on around-the-clock nurses, better food and safer conditions. It will also push for higher pay for workers. The Prime Minister has suggested that mandating nurses 24/7 could lead to the closure of centres unable to fulfil the requirement. But Mr Albanese has disputed that claim. A convoy of buses carrying residents from the besieged southern Ukrainian city of Mariupol has reached the relative safety of a nearby city. It travelled with about 3,000 people who'd managed to make their own way out of Mariupol. However, a Red Cross operation to take in aid and evacuate residents from shelling in the city has been frustrated for a second straight day. The organisation says the stumbling block is a lack of concrete agreements over humanitarian corridors. Clean-up efforts are continuing in Lismore as floodwaters from the latest deluge slowly recede. Questions remain about where people who've been displaced by the flooding are going to live over the Easter period as temporary accommodation fills up. Some residents have had to seek housing as far afield as Brisbane.
I met yesterday with
waves up to 5 metres high and gale-force winds have smashed much of the New South Wales coastline, causing erosion and localised damage in Sydney. The dangerous surf shut the popular walkway between Bronte to Bondi in some sections. Fencing around the ocean pool at North Bondi was mangled by the force of the water. A hazardous surf warning is in place for the entire New South Wales coastline tomorrow, but the winds should ease. And to end on something more positive, farmers are probably not who come to mind when social media influencers are mentioned, but a growing number of young Australian food producers are attracting hundreds of thousands of followers on platforms like TikTok and Instagram.
Good morning!
And a reminder before we go, you'll get an extra hour of sleep tonight with the end of daylight saving. Clocks go back 1 hour at 3 a.m. Some of your electronic devices will do this for you, but you might need to manually change watches in your home. Although if you've got children, you're probably up an hour earlier. That's the latest from ABC News. Remember, you can keep up to date at news.abc.net.au and on ABC iView. I'm Lara Himes. Thanks for your company. Stay with us. Regional news is coming up next.